Okay, I think I'm ready. Hi, I'm Excelsior the Lion, and in looking for some nice videos to do, I thought I would try something that's just not my normal thing. A little background is I tend to avoid dating sites and all that sort of thing, and as recently I discovered that oftentimes there'll be a relationship, but it will be via communications over long distance. And so having a girlfriend in Seattle, Washington, or Idaho, or Montana, or New York City, it just seems impractical to me. I mean, even if you lived in Berkeley, a guy I knew lived in Berkeley and your girlfriend is in Santa Rosa, which is a 50, 60-mile trip, seemed illogical unless you had enough money to keep going and meeting somewhere. So, bear that in mind. I will have difficulties with keeping a conversation going over long distance. We have to meet in person at some point. That's important. Get to know me, too. And so, all that stuff aside, including a cobweb, not my house, somebody else's. I don't want it to sound like I'm begging for a girlfriend, you know, but this is just something done on a whim to say that I am looking for preferably a lioness. I'm straight, so it's unfortunate. It has to be a female. I shouldn't say unfortunately. I just have a lot of gay friends. But I'm not really that fussy about species. It could be a female cheetah. It could be a female meerkat. It could even be a female crocodile, the enemy of a lion. You know what I mean? It helps if you're a furry. Or if you're not, you're going to hear a lot about it from me, and explanations and how wonderful it is, and all that sort of thing. So you might wind up being a convert. But, nonetheless, preferably a lioness. That way we can go together quite nicely. We look so cute in the fursuit parades and everything like that. If you don't have a fursuit, I'll make you one. Because I make my own fursuits. This is an original first one, and based on almost no money. So I pulled off nothing short of a miracle putting this together. So, about me is, yeah, currently I'm unemployed, very hard of hearing, so I prefer text communication. I always am making jokes and have, you know, humor, tongue-in-cheek. I'm still tweaking, trying to get rid of the negative stuff and look at life so positively, because since I became a furry, it has been an extraordinarily positive experience. And I want to share it with some women somewhere. I do also, by the way, slightly lean towards older women. That's important. If you're under 21, bye. I'm sorry. Maybe we'll be friends, you know, or even up to age 25. But I know sometimes the age difference isn't that big a deal. At this point in my life, I'm actually going through what I call the fountain of youth bit about being a furry, because first we play around, almost like children at sometimes. You know, I don't know how to do that. I'm having to learn all the kiddie stuff all over again, because it's fun to do. And we do it in fursuits, so we can get away with it. As an adult, everybody go, "Oh my God, there's something wrong with that guy." That's, but still learning how to play in fursuit too. You know, the "oh my goodness" and "oh no" and so forth. I have, of course, you notice a great obsession, possession, something about being a furry, a great love of being a furry. There was another word, but I can't remember what it was, and it said it quite nicely, too. My hobbies are now somewhat changed in my life. The first one is fursuiting and making fursuits and other sewing work. Then secondary to that is I'm a model railroader, a little bit of a rail fan, although I don't have rail fan equipment. So I can never be a true rail fan because I'm not paying attention, because all that, the model rolling rail fan stuff, was set aside when I became a furry, officially a furry, which is just over a year ago. Let's see. I used to be a computer programmer, quite a bit of a computer nerd. Yes, I'm a nerd, geek, whatever. So, you know, but a fun-loving one. Very fun-loving. Starting to be somewhat outgoing, which seems unusual for me because I'm used to being a shut-in. Let's see. Both parents are deceased. Most of the relatives are deceased. So I'm kind of on my own. I do have a lot of friends in the San Francisco Bay Area, which I'm so grateful for. I'm so grateful. I don't show it often enough. And what else? This is not padding. I'm overweight. I've been losing weight. Lost 80 pounds last year. Not much this year. I'm not all that good at statistics. I've had creative writing, so I know how to write as a fictional person. But I can't remember statistics that well. 5'10", ignore these eyes, human eyes are green. Unfortunately, in fursuit, I still have bleed through human and the persona, so I don't do them separately when whether I'm in fursuit or not. It's still me. Real life name is Randolph Garrett. You can call me Randy. Yes, a very Randy lion. If you get the joke. In terms, one of the things I remember is they would say what they love to do, and they would list things like jet skiing and so forth like that. I don't actively participate in any of those things because I just don't have the money and so forth like that, and the time, and I mean, you know, just even the gas to get to a place to do so, let alone where to put, say, a kayak, for example. I love the idea. Canoeing and kayaking. I'm exploring new things. So I'm hoping maybe this weekend I'll get to try out. I think it's a laser tag thing. Way over in Concord. I'm here in Antioch, way east of San Francisco. Way east, and it's almost about exact center of 30 miles away from all the furry activities, coincidentally. No place is perfect. Let's see. Unusual things that I haven't said. You know, because I'm thinking, you know, they would sometimes say they're a vegetarian. I'm not. I'm flexible. As a lion, I am supposed to be strict carnivore. That means meat. No potatoes, no veggies, right? Yeah, I'm still human. So, in my case, it's whatever goes. I love Japanese food. I love going to restaurants. Keep wanting to start my own restaurant with my deaf friend who has now got a nice job in San Francisco at a nice place there. So, that's not going to happen. But still, you know, I love trying different foods, very exotic stuff. So so I appreciate very unusual tastes. I don't drink, I don't smoke, although I'm not a strict non-smoker, meaning that an example was very recently at a birthday party for Wolfie Lion. Thank you, Wolfie, for letting me come. We had a little bit of, I think it was bourbon or something like that. I don't know the alcohols. And smoked a cigar. Kind of neat, you know, it's a little simple thing. And that's, you know, the way to do it with those bad vices is keep it to very little. If you can do that, great. Otherwise, don't. But it doesn't mean there will be no alcohol allowed. That's, you know, that's still allowed. I drink coffee in the morning. I'm not a Mormon. I'm barely into barely any amount of religion, but leaning heavily on Christian because that's how I was brought up. So I think I've actually managed to cover most. And looking at the clock, I think I've got another 10 minutes of video to fool around on, but yeah, first we do this about me thing, personals ad saying, hey, come on over here, lady, I want to have a girlfriend, yeah. And then doing 10 minutes of acting. Especially acting a little woo-hoo. Yeah, which, that was a neat thing, you know. Growing up, I did a lot. I would do, you know, commonly animal sounds like a growling, so somebody would say something, or something like that, and other animal noises. And I didn't know it was socially kind of a no-no, you know, not very good, so everybody's going, ooh, who's that weird guy again? I like it, you know, I like being different. It's fun. And there's nobody, in a way, more different than being a furry, but furry is a culture defined in this way. A little piece of it is fursuiters, and it's a culture defined that way, but plenty of crossovers. Like, I'm a model railroader. Some are gay, some are into bondage, fetishes, and so forth, and I get to learn about those things, discover them, and discover more about myself. I'm not really into those. I'm still a bit squeamish. I used to find it completely repugnant. Confession time. Last word almost. I'm a 52-year-old virgin. Yep. Never popped a cherry or whatever they call it. Which is, you know, the only purpose of sex is to make babies, and I don't have the income to take care of a baby, thank you very much. I want my child, our child, to grow up in a fairly comfortable environment and to have a chance to live, be able to go to school, be able to go to college, get a degree, pursue a career, which I kept trying to do. And my life, in that sense, was a disaster. I'm still trying to pick up the pieces and put it together. But I don't want to put a child through poverty and so forth like that. So that's why it's all this crap about I won't have sex until after I'm married, and only then for the purposes of having a baby. Yes, you can have protection, and pretty much odds are you'll never have a baby, but accidents happen for starters. And I don't want to wind up on the Jerry Springer show, thank you very much. Television, gotta love television. So, just kind of, but I love hugging and cuddling and close person-to-person contact, especially in fursuit, but it doesn't matter much. It is a little weird thing about me is comparing, say, MTV videos to a video made by furries called Room 366, and where they mocked a MTV video. So the MTV video would have nudity and all that sort of stuff, and I don't like that, you know, not my thing. I don't like seeing human skin, blah, blah, blah. But in the furry video, oh, wow, love it, it's beautiful, it's wonderful, it's fantastic, it's so cool. I want to do that. Me. But that was a production video, so they had to, it was not exactly what you would think it would be, where they're just sitting there and they're dancing around and having fun, and continuously too. So they just had a camera floating around in the room while they continuously. I mean, it's a shot set up. They do their thing. Cut. Move on to the next setup. Everybody takes a break, take their heads off, rest, cool, relax, and move on. Huh. But it's the idea is. My girlfriend would preferably be a furry in a fursuit, and we would be doing fursuit cuddling and hugging as much as, if not more often, than regular, and so forth like that. But that's my problem, is those are old things about me, and I'm going through a period of massive changes. So I think my memory is going to run out on this adorable little camera, and this is again Excelsior the lion, looking for a lioness preferably, but any female. And my real life name is Randolph Garrett, and I live in Antioch, California. Thank you for your attention. I just did this on the whim, so may all your dreams be furry ones. Thank you.